know about Scottie Pippen. If you watch The Last Dance, then you definitely got a better understanding of who this guy is. He did it. He did it. An interview recently with GQ, and in his interview, Scottie Pippen said some things about some of the current players in the NBA. Now, specifically, I want to talk about what he said about Kevin Durant. Now, some of this can tie into the fact that older players just don't like seeing current players succeed. I don't know what is in their blood that they don't like the current players in the NBA. They're like carrying the ball that you decided to give up when you retired. I don't know. It's just something in the water when it comes to older players in the NBA hating on some of the newer generation. But I'm gonna read you guys Scottie Pippen's quote. KD can score better than LeBron. Probably always have been able to. But has he surpassed LeBron? Nah, Pippen said. He tried to beat the Milwaukee Bucks instead of utilizing his team. You see what I'm saying? LeBron would have figured out how to beat them, and he wouldn't have been exhausted. He may have taken the last shot. But LeBron ain't KD, and KD ain't LeBron. KD is a shooter, a scorer, but he doesn't have what LeBron has. So, a few things to take away. He's comparing LeBron and KD, two of the best players in the NBA. He's saying that Kevin Durant doesn't have the winner's mentality that LeBron has. Debatable. We can say that we don't like Kevin Durant because he decided to leave OKC to go to Golden State. One thing we can't deny is that Nets roster, when Harden and Irvin went out, was putrid. You got guys like Mike James, Bruce Brown, and out of his prime Blake Griffin. Is those are the guys you want to rely on to win in the playoffs? No. Kevin Durant, I believe in game 5 or game 6, one of those games, he played every single minute. He dropped 48 points. And he won them the game. Kevin Durant is that good. To put up damn near a 50-point triple-double is really, really impressive. Really, 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 really impressive. To say that, he doesn't have what LeBron has, maybe you're right, Scotty. But this hate between some of the newer generation, slandering some of the new generation in the NBA is ridiculous. Because Scottie Pippen, he did some dirt back in the day too. I think KD responded bringing up the time he sat out because Phil didn't drop a last shot for him. Granted, that was 1994. Michael Jordan wasn't there. Scottie had a really great season. I think he finished 3rd in MVP voting that year. That's the year Hakeem Olajuwon won MVP, if I'm correct. I believe it's that year. I know David Robinson won it the next year. Then it was Mike. Then I think Karl Malone. I don't know. I could be wrong. I gotta look into the archives. But the fact of the matter is this. Older players in the NBA, y'all gotta stop with this hate to the newer generation. Fans like myself, we love the NBA. We love the history of the sport. You tarnishing, disrespecting some of the newer generations is just corny in my opinion. And it has to stop. It's ridiculous. Shaq does it every week on television. Every week. Like, I remember when he said that stuff about Donovan Mitchell. Maybe it was to light a fire under Donovan Mitchell, who is easily one of the best shooting guards in the league. But again, you're saying this about one of the best shooting guards in the league on national television after he just won them a game. It makes no sense. It's ridiculous. Kevin Durant is indeed one of the best players in the NBA without a doubt. And when it's all said and done, there's a nice warm spot for him in Springfield. He's probably first ballot in my opinion. He didn't have the necessary help it took to win that game. If Harden and Kyrie is healthy, Brooklyn wins that game. They're probably playing against Atlanta tonight. There's probably a playoff game in Brooklyn right now. Well, getting ready to happen in a couple hours. Mike Budenholzer would be fired. Scotty, I love you, bro. But those backhanded comments ain't cool, and it ain't good for the league. It's not good for the league. You should be an ambassador. Older players in the NBA should be ambassadors. You should say, hey, this kid is great. He's one of the best players in the league. He's one of my favorite players to watch. Not just, oh, he doesn't have a LeBron take. He doesn't have a LeBron. And who knows if LeBron would have won that game in Milwaukee against the Bucks if it was him and not Kevin Durant. LeBron would have definitely balled out too. LeBron would have definitely had that 50 point triple-double as well because he's just that good. But it's hard to do it by yourself in the NBA playoffs. It's really, 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 really hard. That's why I wasn't really too mad when Kevin Durant decided to go to Golden State. Because I know it's probably really, really hard to win a championship. And especially it's really, really hard when the coach doesn't know how to draw up creative offenses, when you have maybe not the best sidekick in the world. I know Russ is really an elite caliber player, and I know how it looks like we just beat you guys. But if you feel like you can go win a championship, do it. Do it. We attack these guys all the time, and we say, oh, he didn't win a championship. He shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. So when he decides to go win himself a championship, it's a problem? No. Do what you want. Your legacy is in your own hands, literally. For any NBA superstar, Zion Williamson, Luka Doncic, if they decided to leave, Jason Tatum, if they decided to say, I don't like what you're doing here. I don't like what you're doing. I don't like the decisions you're making. I don't like anything what's going on. Especially with Boston, who their general manager just stepped down, and now Brad Stevens is the GM. If they don't bring a coach that maybe vibes with Tatum, you do understand that it's his choice to leave, right? It's his choice to leave. All the players in the NBA, these guys aren't like you guys. In fact, if anything, you should be happy that they're stepping up and having more controls of their careers in their hands. That's what I gotta say about that topic. Now we're ending today's episode of the Sports Lucky Live podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube or streaming on the mini podcast that's I plan on doing this on, thank you. If you like the video, please subscribe. I'm out. See you guys next time.